Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are going to do what is probably a bad idea. I'm getting ready for work today and I figured why not just film a video. I did ask you guys over in my community tab any video ideas that you wanted to see. I was one video short this month and I did not realize it until the last minute. But you guys pulled through and left me so many fantastic comments on ideas for video content ideas. And today I'm going to do one that I had, I think, the most likes and I was the most drawn to it, especially because I can film it before work. That is a comment left by Ruth Foley. I'll have it on the screen right now. She recommended that I do a random color generator picks my makeup look or my eye look. So that is exactly what we're going to do. I am going to be going to work in a couple hours, and so this could be very bad. Like I could be like, oh gosh, what have I done? But that's fine. It's okay. It's just makeup. I'm here to play with it, and that's fine. Maybe you guys will find some enjoyment, and maybe this will be like a new color story. Like maybe this will be like, oh my gosh, this color story is it. So on my phone, I'm going to pull up, I have a random color generator app. It's just called Random Color Picker. It's that guy there. Ooh, focus on this. So it's just that guy right there. And when I open it, it'll prompt a color. So what I'm going to do is open the app. I'm not going to use whatever the first color is. Just, I want to get, man, that would have been a pretty color. However, I just want to show you the app and everything like that. So the random color app, you can, I think, shake it. No shaking, but there is a refresh button down here. So that's going to be what I'm using to create these colors. I'm going to screenshot and then I will have like, after I pick all 5 colors, I will put a color story on the screen of all of the colors that we're using. So to start things off, oh my gosh, we're going with a bright orange. Okay, we're just gonna grab that guy. Oop. Oh man. So color 1 is going to be a bright orange. Color 2 is going to be a nice, like, seafoam, grassy kind of green. Shade 3 is going to be a more electric green. We'll just screenshot that guy. Shade 4 is going to be, ooh, like an indigo almost, like a deep periwinkle. And then the last shade, this is like surprisingly cohesive, but also surprisingly difficult. I have a feeling this is going to be heavily a trust the process kind of look. I have a selection of eyeshadows in front of me. I will show you what they are right now. So I figure the Sugarpill Fun Size palette, the original one, would have like that kind of light mustardy tone, the green, like even that red, like all of these shades kind of can play into it. I also grabbed out this NBA Cosmetics single in the shade Tiger Lily. I thought that would be good for the red, or like the orangey red, the super dark red. An electric green from Shop Mellolops, or by Mellolops. It's one of the radioactive pigments in the shade Slime. Then I also am kind of thinking Clionadh Cosmetics Regal would be a good one for all over the lid. I'm thinking I need something else shimmery, and I haven't decided quite yet. But I'm also thinking like maybe I can, like, when in doubt, just reach for a liner cake to help this situation on. We're just going to dive in, and I think first thing I'm going to start with is the Sugarpill palette. I think I'm going to start with this like mustardy shade to kind of go with the color story that we have. That, like, oh man, that mustardy shade is a little bit lighter than what we pulled, or no, this is deeper than what we pulled, but it's as close as I can get. It's kind of like an olivey yellow, like very interesting shade. So I think this, since it'll kind of blend well with both like rosier tones, like that orange, and the greens, I think that's going to just be my true transition kind of shade. Man, I am so nervous. I will say though, the fact that we have like a very cohesive, like the neon green, the like seafoamy green, the super bright periwinkle, and then that like this kind of yellow shade, I feel like all those go really well together, and then the yellow and the orange will go really well together. So I think I can get away with something. I have no clue what, but I think something. Okay, I want like super mini brushes because I am going to put that orange, the deepest orange into my crease. And into my front crease because I want all of that like cooler tones out on the outside. So I am picking up this Tiger Lily and I want this right I am 100% winging this. Like, I have absolutely no idea. I have like an inkling of what I want to do, but I have no idea if it's going to execute how I want it. All right, and then I'm going to take the color switch thing that Haley had sent me. I'm going to get it all off. And I think next, oh man, what do I want? I'm thinking about using the super bright neon. And I'm going to attempt to get this as low in the, you'll see. So I'm going to take whatever is on the cap because there is some product in that cap. I don't need a heck of a lot. So far, I'm getting like Skittles vibes from this look. Man, I feel like I'm enjoying how that looks so far. And then I'm very lightly trying to blend the two edges, but I don't want to go too crazy because orange and green are complementary colors and they will make a brown. And I don't want this to get super muddy, so I'm trying to be as gentle as I can with blending them together. So the next thing I'm going to do is pick up the periwinkle shade in this. I think I want it to be a bit darker, but I think I'm going to start with this kind of shade and kind of map out the ending, or like how I want this. And maybe I want to start with something that can like actually map it. So like a liner. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just going to use this liner. It's not my favorite, so I don't mind kind of drawing and like going to mask it. So I just kind of want that blue to come up as a wing. I can always clean it up afterwards, so I'm not super worried about it, but I'm just going to pick up a load more of that periwinkle shade that we're using and then put it right where we just mapped that shade out. That's not quite as deep as I want it to be. This might be a really bad idea, but we're going to go in with the same like neon pigment that like the green one, but we're just using the blue version of it. This could be so bad. Okay. Well. Oh well. I don't mind that it's super messy right now. I will go ahead and clean it up. That's why I don't have any other makeup on yet. All I have on is a tinted SPF to give myself a little coverage. All right, and then I'm picking up the periwinkle from the Fun Size palette again, and I'm just going to try to get that top portion. All right, I went back in. I picked up more of the green on the same brush and going to tuck that back over, and that I don't mind blending more into that blue, and it's going to kind of create that other shade that we're missing, that like green that has a little bit of the blue in it. Then I'm going to take the yellow shade again and very top of that crease, really focusing where the green and red are. I'm not really fluffing anything into that blue. That's because I want to do something with like the teal kind of shade. And so I just cleaned the brush off, and I am going to go in with, I think this shade will, like, mixing these two together will create that like seafoamy color that I have in the rotation. So I'm going to use this from this portion backwards to blend the blue. So mixing these two guys together and then going on top of where the blue is, like right into where it meets the green. And that's kind of all I'm going to be doing for blending those out. I'm going to go get my cellar water and clean up my under eyes, like this area a bit. I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on, and then I'm going to come back for the rest, or I guess not. Maybe I'm just going to clean up the under eye. Oh, so much nicer. I'm going to start off using the Too Faced Glitter Primer. I'm going to put that on the outer like half of my lid. So I'm going to now pick up Regal, which was that Clionadh Cosmetics single, this guy. I'm just lightly tapping my brush on it and then tapping that where the glitter primer was put. I'm picking up a little bit of the periwinkle from this guy and buffing the edge into the blue of Regal. I'm going to do the same thing on the next eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so I did one eye off camera when I turned things off to save time and to get an idea if like this was what I liked. And it is. So I'm just putting on a little more glitter primer. So the first thing I did was I went in with my Pan Those Eyeshadows Corrosion, that shade, because I think that it fit the more yellow kind of tone. It kind of brings things a little more together, I think. And then inside the BYOP, I also had this orange shade from Urban Decay Heavy Metals. That is the shade Starfire, which I think worked perfectly for that like more red inner corner piece. So I'm going to take that and put that in this section. And then it's really just like kind of layering and blending. So Starfire, like on this eye, clearly does not look like it overtook the look. And that's because I kind of piled and layered ornamental in like the center portion to kind of bridge them. Because ornamental has these beautiful like super golden reflex into it. So I'm literally just tapping in to get a little pigment on there. And then bridging and blending. And then I'm going to pick up Regal again, which was that like periwinkle shade. That guy. I'm going to pick that up again. Same brush, just tapping. Literally like boop, boop, boop. And bridging where ornamental is into that more periwinkle shade. Okay, I was super nervous about this eye look going into it, like just based on the colors alone. I was like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work well. And I actually am kind of really enjoying it. This kind of reminds me of a macaw, like a parrot, like just the super like bright in your face colors just kind of reminds me of like a tropical bird. Parrot is the one that first comes to my mind. But I really like this. I definitely like this. So I'm going to throw the rest of my makeup on, and I'll be back with you in a second, okay? I am back with the rest of my makeup on, and I wanted to finish my lower lash line on camera with you guys. I think I'm going to just take the neon pigments under the lash line. I think that's kind of going to be where we go from there, and then maybe I'm going to blend out with a like softer green under the eye, but I want to kind of focus on these guys first. So I'm going to take the blue since I want to kind of bridge anything underneath the eye with the blue. A very small, it's like really just on the tip of this brush. And I'm going to just buff it on the like outer half or lower half of the lower lash line. Yeah, kind of like right to like the edge of the iris when I'm looking straight on. Okay, and now that we have that, I'm just going to clean this and I'm like half sitting on it. This rag, I'm just going to clean it off using this guy. And then I'm going to use the green, that neon green, same brand by Mellow Lops. Okay, and now that we have that green on the brush, I'm going to kind of put that on the inner, I don't want to bring it all the way to the inner corner, but like as close as possible without actually getting to the inner corner, if that makes sense. So like stopping where my tear duct starts is kind of a good like place marker, I guess, of what I'm doing. Yeah, that's bright, that's fun. All right, and now that I have the blue and green on, I am gonna clean the same brush off because I am gonna use the exact same brush to blend this out a bit, but I just kind of want to clean the product off of it first. And then go to town, just no product on the brush. All right, wiping that off again, and I'm going to kind of mix these kind of shades together. And then use that, the very edge of those two shades. All right, and then the very last thing I'm gonna do is just take an inner corner shade. It's not gonna really fit in with like the color story, like the random color story. I just need something bright on the inner corner. That's just like my only prerequisite for an inner corner shade. So I'm just gonna pick out like my Pando's eyeshadows, like neutral inner corner shade, and I will be right back. All right, inner corner shade is on, nice and bright in that inner corner. And in order to finish out my look, I am gonna go ahead and do these off camera before hopping back on, or maybe like you'll see it speed through. I am gonna put this e.l.f. Mint Melt liner or shadow stick in my waterline. I use this to draw out that outer corner shape. So I am going to be using this. I think it'll just complement the look really well. I'm also going to go in with this mascara. Haley had sent me this. This is the Queen Beauty, Queen something Dragon Lash. It has like little dragon details all over it. So that's going to go on my lashes. And then my lips are going to be a combination of this dark brown lip liner and then this super pale nude pink that I'm using in my Project Pan. So I'm just going to slap these on. You'll see them or maybe not. I haven't really decided. So okay. All right, so this is the finished look using a random color generator to create my eye look. I low-key love it. Like, I would have never sat down today and been like, you know what, I want to do like a rainbow look. Let me wear a rainbow look to work and just like go all in, predominantly blue in the outer corner with a lot of like neon green. I would have never in a million years sat down to film this look today. So I really appreciate it, Ruth, that you suggested this video. It's really gotten me out of my comfort zone, really has me wanting to reach for more neon shades in these summer months. So maybe I'll have to do like more using my neon pigments, which since I bought them, I've used a very handful amount of times. I think these two shades are probably the two that I've used the most out of my neon pigments somehow. Like, no idea how, but those two are like the ones that very much excite me. But that is it for this look. Thank you again so much for sticking around. I'm going to go get changed into my work outfit, just like an all black kind of look. And I will see you later. Thank you again so much. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye.